Hello, Simone. So, this is a recording of the 7th of November. So, November 7th. And at the time you were talking about, the blood pressure, you had a low blood pressure, or the opposite is having a high blood pressure. Okay. Lots of discussions. Um, you were talking about, that somebody in your family or a friend had a stroke. A stroke is like when part of the brain is damaged, when it is deprived of its blood supply. Okay, so if the brain doesn't have any blood supplies, uh, the brain doesn't function very well and the cells can start to die. So that's why you have to be very quick to go to the emergency and in order to avoid any further damages. Okay, so they say a stroke is also known as a cerebrovascular accident, a CVA, cerebral vascular accident, or brain attack. Okay, so Dropbox link. I sent you a link that was for a grammar book. So I ask you, to talk about yourself again. I'm an economist, but I'm working. I'm not working now. I'm not working now. I just blew my nose, and my nose is still full of mucus. It's very annoying. I'm an economist, but I'm not. So I'm not working now because I'm pregnant. Okay. So be careful of the progressive, present progressive, and present simple, because present simple is an habit, a statement. I take a shower every day. You do that. It's a habit. Okay, it's a fact as well, a true fact. Like the sun rises, every day. Okay, you're not gonna change that. It's a fact. It's true. I have been to the doctor 5 times so far. Okay, present perfect, simple past. We need to precise the time. So this is when the difference between, this is what I was telling you. I have worked for this company. I have worked for this company for 5 years. Let's say once. I have worked for this company once. And I worked for this company for 5 years, or whatever. In most of the time, it's a bad example I just gave you. I would say since and for will be more used with the present perfect. But in general, the present perfect, we do not precise. The time is unspecified. Okay, we can talk about the frequency once, never, always. But the simple past precises, specifies the time. Okay, we say when. So once, twice, never for the present perfect. Okay. No, present perfect is have plus a past participle. Okay. This is a bit different. It's a past perfect. I have been, not a past perfect. I had worked. I had. That's a past perfect. But I had been. It's again something else. But for the time being, I just want you to pay attention to the difference between present perfect and the simple past. Okay, that's the most important. And after we can go through other tenses. The book I sent you is called, let me see if I can find it here. I was giving a French class. It's like Betty Hazard. If I have it somewhere, it's here. This one. The screen is not big, so I'm so sorry about that. Betty Hazard, and you have a lot of stuff about the tenses, lots of past time. Okay, past time. In general, that's a simple past. Okay, you just add ed. You have some irregular verbs as well. And let me just scroll down just to see. So that's the regular verbs, the pronunciation of the ed endings. If the verb ends with a k, p, s, ch, sh, well, we just have the talked, stopped, hissed, watched, washed. Okay, we have the t sound. It's an ed. Okay, but we pronounce it T. If the verbs end with a L, N, V, B, and all vowel sounds, we're gonna pronounce the ed, d, cold, rained, lived, robbed, stayed. And words or verbs, sorry, ending with a T or a D, well, we're going to pronounce this waited, needed, okay? So I would say reverse psychology. If you see a verb ending with a T and a D, you know you're going to say waited, needed. You're not going to say worked, no, worked, because it ends with a K, so it's here, T, okay? You just have to make sure you can remember that. Simple past. That's not important here. And irregular verbs says, do you have the irregular verbs? You should have them somewhere on your grammar book. Okay, you can also check this book as well if you want to. The next step, normally they should talk about, that's a past progressive. Past progressive is like, I was eating, I was working. So it's like, they say it's an activity that was in progress in the past, at some point in the past, okay? And generally, the simple past will interrupt the past progressive, but keep in mind the way we form it. It was, I was eating, it was raining, I was sleeping, etc., etc., okay? So, go through this stuff next time again if you have the book. Let me know if you have downloaded the book, of course. And well, we can go back to that, because I need to talk about some certain things here, different words that can introduce certain tenses. Okay, so let me see here. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, so the frequency, frequently, generally, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, rarely, hardly ever, almost never, never. Those are frequency adverbs. Okay, and I think this is what I was telling you about. I think it's somewhere here. Let me check. Nope. Should be somewhere here. Nope. So probably before. It's not easy to find everything. Probably that's concerning the present tense. If I cannot find it, I'm not going to do that forever. I just don't want to spoil the video. Non-action verbs, action verbs. No, I don't think it's around. I don't know, maybe it was not here. Ah, yeah, it's here. So, frequency adverb, the most positive to the most negative, okay? Always, almost always, usually. I sometimes get up at 6:30, so it's a simple past, a simple present, so just to show the frequency. I rarely eat. I hardly ever eat meat, etc., etc., okay? So, this is about the verbs, the pronunciation of the verbs in the simple past, okay? Regular verbs, of course, and that's quite the same. I told you, you can also check the Betty Hazard book. You can also pause the video and you can see the page, okay? We also have phrasal verb. Just get back to while it's opening. The difference between American English and British English is, have different expressions and also some spellings. Color with a U, we add the U, lots of U's in British English, Canadian English as well, and color or center, C-E-N-T-E-R in American English, and center, the same pronunciation, but C-E-N-T-R-E in Canadian English and British. Easier said than done. Imagine somebody is like, oh, you should exercise every day. Like, easier said than done. It's easy to say it, but not easy to do it. Easy to say it, but not easy to do it. On the same boat, or in the same boat. When we're all facing, it's just like we all have the same challenges in life, and we're in the same boat because we face the same challenges. to add fuel to the fire, to make a problem worse, to say or to do something that makes a bad situation worse. Well, add fuel to the fire, it's going to make everything worse. Alive and kicking to continue to be well, healthy, and successful. So you have a lot of idioms like that. And I gave you also a riddle. A babysitter came over one day to babysit 10 children. She decided to give them a snack. In a jar, there were 10 cookies. She wants to give each one a cookie, but still keep one in the jar. How will she do it? Okay. So a container, a cookie container, or a jar. 4 in the morning, 2 at noon, 3 legs at night. That's a man. So baby in the morning, an adult at noon, and an old guy with a cane at night. That's a Sphinx riddle. Yeah, because I sent you some stuff, but I don't think you received my files. I think it was about the payment, the invoice, but you couldn't see it. It's fine. That's for November 14th. So that's the recording you received the last time, okay? I'm just focusing on November 7th here. Coming back to the phrasal verbs, okay? We did just a few. To ask somebody out is to go on a date, to invite someone, to go eat out, etc. To ask around it, you ask a question like, for instance, who wants a coffee? You're surrounded by 20 or 30 people. Who wants a coffee? So you ask around. To add up to something is like the sum, all the expenses you had, it's adding up to $3,000. At the end of the month, all your expenses are like, it's adding up to, it equals to, it reaches, in a sense, $3,000. That's an example, of course. To back something up, you can back up your car. To back up your car is you reverse, so you drive backward. And to back somebody up is to support, to help someone. I'll back you up, okay? She backed me up over my decision to quit my job, etc., etc. So that's it for the recording. I'll send it right now on YouTube. I'll send you the link as well. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you on Saturday. Please confirm if you'll be available at 11, and it would be early for me, but it's fine because try to take advantage of the weekend as well. And you have an excellent week. I hope you feel better and your tailbone is not painful anymore. Okay? You take care, Simone, and I talk to you soon. Bye-bye.